Good morning, students. Welcome back to Social Science class. History, Chapter 1, The Birth of Modern India, When, Where, and How. Students, last class we have discussed about why did the Mughal Empire break down after Aurangzeb, then transition in European society. So today we are going to study about Industrial Revolution, colonization of India. Let us see one by one. Industrial Revolution. Take your social science book, page number 128. Industrial Revolution in Europe was a series of great changes which influenced the growth of the modern European society. These changes were caused by the introduction of new technologies and invention of new mechanical devices in Europe between 18th century and 19th century. So they increased the quantity as well as the quality of industrial product protection while reducing the production cost. Manufacturing, agriculture, mining, transport, and technology were some of the key areas that were influenced by the Industrial Revolution. As a result, the socio-economic and cultural lives of different European countries underwent complete transformation. Let us explain in detail this paragraph. This industrial revolution was marked by a radical change that replaced the handmade goods with the goods manufactured by machines. Industrial revolution was the transition to new manufacturing process in Europe. This transition included going from hand production methods to machines. Actually, before industrial revolution, all the goods were manufactured by hands only, hand production. Now, with the help of new technology and invention of new mechanical devices, all the hand protection all the hand protection goes with the goods manufactured by machines. All the protection goods manufactured by machines. So they increased the quantity as well as the quality of industrial protection while reducing the protection cost. So when they industrial protection with the bulk amount of industrial protection started, the protection cost also decreased as well as same time quantity as well as quality also increased. So manufacturing, agriculture, mining, transport and technology were some of the key areas were influenced by the industrial revolution. So what are the factors were influenced by the industrial revolution? Manufacturing also important, agriculture, so raw material needed, then mining also important, transport and technology were some of the key areas that were influenced by the industrial revolution. So as a result, the socio-economic and cultural lives of different European countries underwent complete transformation. So how the industrial revolution changed the world? The industrial revolution changed the world by transforming business, economics and society. The industrial revolution changed the world by transforming business, economic and society. Is it clear? England was the first European country where industrial revolution started. The Industrial Revolution began in England in the mid 18th century and later it spread to other European countries also. It spread other European countries, North America and rest of the world. As a result of the Industrial Revolution, England industrial production increased manifold within a very short span of time. Generally, a competition began among the European powers including England, France and others to explore those regions beyond their own frontiers that would serve as markets for their product and also ensure a regular supply of raw materials to support their domestic industries. This marked the beginning of the age of colonization. The Industrial Revolution began in England in the mid 18th century. Later, it spread to other European countries. So, due to the impact of Industrial Revolution, the European powers started competing with each other to capture new colonies, to gain access to raw materials, and acquire markets for their finished products. Now, all the European countries All the European powers, including England, France, and others, they have to explore the overseas for colonies for the purpose of raw materials. Now they don't have the raw material, but they have the machines, all these things. If they want to gain access to raw materials, so because of that they have to find out that they have to capture new colonies to gain. They have to capture new colonies for what purpose? To gain access to raw materials and acquire market for their finished products. So they want the, so these Britain and other European countries to search overseas for colonies as a market for their finished products and as a source of raw materials. This marked the beginning of the age of colonization. Is it clear? Colonization signifies the subjugation of a country by a more powerful country. It accounts for many political, economic, social, and cultural changes in the country that is ruled. So this country is called a colony, while the country that rules it is called the imperialist country. So here first you have to understand what is colonization. Colonization refers to the subjugation of one country by the other military advance and a powerful nation. So this powerful militarily advanced, so they have the lot of military equipments, advanced equipments are there, and they have the more powerful money and military it is there. They are the powerful country. So what they have to do? They will occupy other country. They will occupy other country, their own other country, political, economic, social, and cultural changes in the country that is ruled. This country is called a colony. So while the country that rules it is called the imperialist country. So before, in the past, India has a rich, vast wealth of our country. India has a lot of wealth. We have lot of wealth before. Okay, so all the European power, all the European countries know about our wealth. That is why they slowly entered into our country. So among the European countries, finally Britain is the more powerful and strong. They have the strong military power. Okay, so finally they captured the India. So we are the Indians as a colony of Britain. Okay, so here Britain is the imperialistic country. For us earlier, Britain is the imperialist country. So what is their main motive? Why they are capturing the other country? Why they are controlling the other country? Because their first fundamental goal of the imperialist country is to exploit the economy of its colony and derive the maximum benefit out of it. They know the wealth of the country, so they know the wealth of the colony country, so they want that wealth. They want to exploit the economy of its colony and derive the how much they have to exploit, how much they have to drain, so derive the maximum benefit out of it. So colonization leads to poverty in the colony. So before, in the past, India was as very rich and lot of wealth is there. So once this imperialistic country drained our all this our wealth, everything they are taken. So colonization leads to poverty in the colony and brings proper prosperity for imperialist country, where domestic industries grow on the raw materials and resource drained out of the colony. So they have the industry, but they don't have the raw materials. For the domestic industries, they want the raw materials and resource, all the resources, all the colony resources they drained out of the colonies. So all the entire resources they have to taken and their countries to become the prosperity. So to compare to whatever colony wealth is there, the entire wealth they have to exploit and derive the maximum benefit of it. Because of that, this imperialistic country, they occupied. They occupied the colony. Okay, and they have to drain. They are the only one drain, exploit the economy of its colony and derive the maximum benefit of it. Is it clear? Colonization of India. So in 1600, a group of English traders, so group of merchants, English merchants, they founded the English East. They formed one company. That company, it is called English East India Company. So in London. Okay, so how Thomas Roe, the envoy of King James I, secured from the Mughal Emperor Jahangir certain trading rights given to the merchants of. So at that time, Mughal was ruled. So at that time, at that time Jahangir was the king. So he gave the rights, certain trading rights for the merchants of the English East India Company, EEIC. Expansion of EEIC means English East India Company. Who formed the English East India, who started the English East India Company? A group of English traders. Okay, they got the permission from the queen. At that time, Queen Elizabeth I. Okay, she gave the rights to do trade with India. So with the permission of at that time Mughal Emperor Jahangir. So he gave that certain trading rights for the merchants of East India Company. So about a century later, Farrukhsiyar, a later Mughal ruler, granted important trading rights to English merchants. So after this Jahangir, so after that later Mughal, already I told you 9 rulers are there, later Mughals. One of them, Perugia. So he gave the granted some important trading rights to English merchants through a royal firman. So following its victory to the Battle of Plassey at the time Battle of Plassey took place in 1757, the East India Company became the dominant political power in the Indian subcontinent, and gradually most of the Indian subcontinent became the part of the British. First they entered as a trade purpose, as first they entered India for trading purpose only. So slowly they have become a part of the British. So now slowly they capture dominant political power, because these later Mughals are not that much capable leaders, that much capable kings. So slowly they have to influence in the political power in the Indian subcontinent, and gradually most of the Indian subcontinent became the part of the British colony. So thus the company that came to India to trading organization because the master of the Indian subcontinent. First they have to came for the trading purpose only, now become the master of the Indian subcontinent. India became a colony of the British, who ruled the country till 1947. We will read about this in more detail later in this book. So India became a colony. Now India became a colony of the British, who ruled the country till 1947. India became the colony of the British. First they have to entered as the trading purpose only. So 16 in this paragraph, 1600, a group of merchants, traders, they decided to form one company. That company named as English East India Company. Okay, so Thomas Roe, the envoy of King James I, secured from the Mughal Emperor. First, Jahangir gave the trading rights for the merchants of East India Company about a century later. So once that one was finished, later Mughals, once the death of Aurangzeb, later Mughals ruled the Mughal territory. So this later Mughal ruler granted important trading rights to English merchants through a royal firman. Royal firman means, here firman means order, royal order. So following its victory in the Battle of Plassey in 1757, the English East India. So the Battle of Buxar, Battle of Plassey was took place in India. So English East India Company won this battle. Because of this battle, the British East India Company won. So they started to become the dominant political power in the Indian subcontinent. So and gradually most of the Indian subcontinent became the part of the British colony. So now company became a master of the Indian subcontinent. So India became a colony of the British, who ruled the country till 1947. Is it clear, students? So that's all for today class. I hope you all understood. Meet you in the next class. Till then, revise the chapter taught. Thank you. Have a nice day.